You're welcome, Birdie. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I was just talking to a brother and he said he missed his jumah prayer or the jumah lecture, and because his lunch break is only half an hour. And I'm losing my voice, bro. I've been talking before Jum'ah too with someone counseling. So anyways, I want to quickly recap the Jum'ah prayer for him and other people. We spoke about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that He made water the basis of life. وَجَعَلْنَا أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. In the biological world, water is the basis of life. In the spiritual world, dhikr is the basis of life. So the hadith mentions the example of somebody who remembers Allah is like somebody who is alive, and somebody who doesn't remember Allah, they're dead. That was the basis of the bayan, and I reminded everyone that even Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, the two of the very heavy names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Hayy meaning the ever-living, Qayyum the sustaining, basically the one who's alive, ever-living, and the one who keeps other things alive. And then proportionate to our dhikr, that's how alive we are. Just like how in the online world somebody can easily check when the last time you were active on a social app, likewise in the spiritual world, the last time you remembered Allah, that is the last time you were active spiritually. And then there's ranks where the person never dies after that. The prophets, we know the hadith says they are alive in their graves, and the Quran specifically mentions the martyrs. They do not die. So we look at our lives, our mundane lives, and ask ourselves, how often do I remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? For example, I'm getting my lunch ready right now. How spiritually alive is my lunch? Do I say Bismillah from the core of my heart, or do I even forget it on my lips even? And same thing after food. How spiritually alive is it when I say Alhamdulillah, I had a good meal? There's a hadith that mentions, love Allah because He sustains you. So every time you open your fridge and you see the food in there, your love for Allah should increase because He gave you all that. He made it exist in nature. So regardless of your paychecks bringing it in or your parents, at the end of the day, the Lord is the one that created these things. So every time you go into a store, even produce store, you should thank Allah, and your love for Allah should increase. You see the fruits and the vegetables and the beautiful colors, we should love Allah more because of that, and thank Allah when He is always sustaining us. So that's basically the gist of what I wanted to mention. And let's look at the religion as a live religion. It's alive and kicking. There's people becoming Muslim every now and then. Yes, there are weak Muslims that have little to no interest in Islam, but we don't care. So that's their decision. They are spiritually dead, and they can treat the religion as if it's a dead religion, but we are sorry, we're not in the same boat. We see the religion alive and kicking, and it is the religion of the alive spiritually. So let's keep ourselves alive. Remember Allah every morning, every time you wake up. Thank Allah for existing, and thank Allah that He gave you the morning, so you have one more chance to love your family, love your children, love your parents, and love your Lord, and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one more time. You get to pray Fajr, Zohar, Asr one more time, and you can have the tawfiq, the grand enablement, divine enablement to put your head on the floor again and do sujood. So let's live our lives in a lively manner, and let's be grateful for whatever we have. Allahumma a'inna ala dhikrika, oh Allah, help us in remembering You, in thanking You and worshipping You properly. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.